is a severe weather alert.
Once again, we had storms in the Blue Mountains on Thursday afternoon. They were hailstorms, some of them. Hail only around 2 centimeters in diameter, but also very heavy rainfall rates observed for places like Coolal, where 45 millimeters fell in the space of just an hour's time. Now, we had those severe storms kicking around for large parts of Thursday, but you can see that they are dissipating overnight. You can see just a few showers and storms on the forecast, easing back, and by the time we get to midnight, well, we should be mostly clear. Only just the odd shower and storm anticipated to develop over the course of Friday afternoon and evening, mostly in the northern tablelands and ranges. Moving to the southeast, we have severe weather forecasts in terms of dangerous fire weather, as well as severe weather warnings for damaging winds. A powerful cold front and hot northerly winds are combining together to bring a dangerous fire weather day across parts of Victoria, South Australia and Tasmania. Temperatures in the mid-40s across the north and down to the low 40s over places like Melbourne, which is forecast to see their hottest day in potentially 3 years, with temperatures the hottest in about a year for parts of Tasmania, followed by a dry and gusty cool change in the course of Friday morning and early afternoon. Combine this all together and you get bad fire weather. Extreme fire danger for the northern country, the north central, also the Mallee and the Wimmera. Severe fire danger for the southwest central and parts of the west and south Gippsland district. And then for the rest of the state, there's a total fire ban, in fact, for all of Victoria. Now for Tasmania, we have severe fire danger right across the southeast, including the Derwent region, the east coast, and the southeast district, and total fire bans in place for parts of the north as well as the south of the state. Now, the strength of the cool change that comes through during the course of Friday afternoon is fairly considerable. In fact, we could even see gusts 90 to 100 kilometers an hour for the central Victorian coast during the course of around 2 to maybe 5 p.m. That could hit Melbourne and bring those gusts, creating those damaging winds. Melbourne, Geelong, Mornington Peninsula, Western Port included in that warning area for a severe weather warning for damaging winds. And damaging winds will extend towards the East Gippsland region during the course of Friday afternoon and evening. For assistance in storm damage, you can contact the State Emergency Services on 132 500.
Well, it was a scorching hot day across South Australia on Thursday as temperatures climbed into the low 40s across many regions. Now, we will see the focus of that heat shifting to southeastern parts of the country on Friday. It is going to be a scorcher of a day across Victoria, Tasmania and parts of New South Wales, with temperatures soaring into the 40-degree mark and above. Some areas into the mid-40s. We'll also see areas of elevated fire danger, very dangerous fire weather conditions, and also a cool change sweeping across the southeast throughout the afternoon. We'll get to that in just a moment, but we'll start off taking a closer look at the forecast for Friday for you in Queensland, where we are likely to see showers and storms across the northern and central parts of the Queensland coast. Mackay forecast top of 30 degrees. There is a chance we could see some isolated storms as well throughout western parts of the state. Mount Isa, it is going to be a very hot day, 42 degrees the maximum, staying hot and partly cloudy across western parts of the state, and also a fairly warm day, staying dry in the southeast. For New South Wales, temperatures are going to soar. 45 degrees is the maximum forecast for you in Broken Hill. We are expecting to see very dry, very hot conditions, 42 degrees for you in Cobar and also in Bourke. Now, we are expecting to see some isolated showers and storms across central and northern parts of the state throughout the afternoon. Chance you could see a storm in Katoomba once again. 31 degrees your forecast maximum, slightly cooler for those coastal regions. Very hot day in Wagga Wagga and also areas of elevated fire danger forecast across southern parts of the state. Now, it is going to be a scorcher of a day across Victoria on Friday. We'll see areas of elevated fire danger, very dangerous fire weather conditions. Now, we are going to be seeing those temperatures dropping. They'll hit central parts of Victoria throughout the late afternoon. So we will see a significant drop in temperature as a cooler southerly change makes its way across the southeast, dropping those temperatures and also bringing very windy conditions. It's going to be a very hot day as well across Tasmania. Hobart, a maximum of 36 degrees, 29 degrees the forecast for you in Devonport, and then that cool change hitting you as well throughout the afternoon, dropping those temperatures. We will see that cooler southerly change affecting South Australia throughout the earlier hours of the morning. It's going to be a very hot morning overnight of Thursday into Friday morning. These maximum temperatures are likely to be felt fairly early on. 42 degrees the maximum for you in Coober Pedy. A few showers are likely across the far southwest of Western Australia on Friday, and a cloudy day expected in the south. Albany heading for a top of 21 degrees. We'll also see gusty southerly winds, elevating fire danger across Western Australia. Showers and storms forecast across parts of the top end. It's going to be a scorcher of a day for Alice Springs, heading for a maximum temperature of 45 degrees. But Alice Springs recorded their hottest January day on record on Thursday.
Another burst of extreme heat is affecting the southeast, with temperatures 40 degrees plus forecast right across Victoria, much of southern and western New South Wales, and in the mid-30s across much of Tasmania. This is very hot conditions and potentially the hottest temperatures we've seen in about 3 years for places like Melbourne. With this, we'll see a dry, cool change on Friday afternoon. This brings dangerous fire weather with it, but thankfully, it also ends the heat wave that we've been seeing. Let's take a look at some forecast models. This is Friday morning. Notice we have this cold front that's moving over southeast South Australia. It brings a southwesterly change. That's hitting places like Adelaide during the course of Friday morning. That means it'll have an early maximum and then a cooler day ahead, maybe reaching 30 degrees or so in the morning, then dropping temperatures in the afternoon. However, the cold front will continue moving eastwards across Victoria throughout Friday. As it does, hot northerly winds will strengthen ahead of this system, reaching temperatures in the mid-40s for areas like Mildura, forecast to reach 45, 46 degrees, challenging heat records there. And then we'll see that southwesterly moving over the west coast and western Victoria in general during late Friday afternoon. It'll hit you in Melbourne probably somewhere after 3 p.m., maybe around 5 p.m. or so, dropping temperatures rapidly. It's a very powerful cool change, strong enough to bring gusts up to 90 kilometers an hour for areas like the Mornington Peninsula and the Geelong region. And looking around parts of Tasmania, you can see that same cool change ripping throughout the day. This is a bad setup for bushfires. We have a hot, dry day after a prolonged heat wave, and then we have a very dry and gusty cool change in the afternoon. This means we are seeing dangerous fire weather. We have extreme fire danger already forecast for the Mallee and the Wimmera, and severe fire danger for very populated areas of central Victoria. Total fire bans in effect across much of central and eastern Tasmania, and severe fire danger for the Derwent in the southeast of Tasmania. This is one of the worst fire danger days we've seen so far this season for the southeast. Now, when we get into Saturday, that cool change will slip right across Victoria, dropping temperatures by a significant amount. This is below 20 degrees, that blue shading there, so temperature drops of around 20 degrees or so. And we will see a little southeasterly hit Sydney during the course of Saturday afternoon. But by the time we get to Sunday, that southerly has moved right across much of the southeast here, and therefore that heat wave is busted out. So that's some good news. At least that heat is ending. Now I'll just talk about Cyclone Penny quickly. There's a lot of model uncertainty with this system, and it has to do with what's steering this cyclone. It's going to continue moving into the Coral Sea over the next few days. There's 3 weather systems I want you to pay attention here. This high-pressure system, this tropical low north of Fiji, and Penny over there. They're all interacting with each other, and how they interact will really determine the strength and the movement of Penny over the next few days. So that's why that uncertainty comes through. The greatest guess now is that Penny looks to redevelop and move towards the coast, making landfall sometime mid-next week around central or tropical Queensland.